Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as always. And as you can see from the title, this is going to be a little different. I normally come on and talk about public speaking because that's my thing. That's what I coach on. And today, I want to tie back to a video that I did 2 days ago in which I talked about, I was really, really angry in that video. It's if you want to see what I look like angry, go look at the video about the dentist. And in it, I talk about essentially stepping up and talking to the manager kind of thing, and that was like Karen power. And I got a comment from somebody who I really tremendously respect, which is Sonia Overstreet, who is just a awesome kick-ass human being, who said, that's not what Karen is." And I realized afterwards, I'm like, yes, I need to explain why I use that term in that way. When I look at the Karens on YouTube or on Twitter, I'm horrified, not only because it's just gross, but because I recognize that power. I know exactly what that power is. And the problem is that the women in that video or in those videos, they got half the power that I got. And that's a real shame. So I don't know if it is what combination of cultural issues it is. I don't know if it's having a single mother who grew up in the 40s and 50s and, wore Birkenstocks and T-shirts and was very much a feminist, is very much. And I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I don't know if that's like part of it. I don't know if it's from Connecticut. I don't know if it's entirely because I'm heterosexual and white. Like, I don't know what factors it is, but I know those factors apply to a bunch of people because I know a bunch of women like me. And we all have that power that you see in the Karen videos, only we don't use it for evil like they do. So the deal is this: some of us were raised knowing absolutely clearly that we are any man's equal. And it's not a horrible it's not an angry thing, it's not a thing. It's just it's a fact. It's, I'm an equal, you're an equal, any man equal. I also was raised to know that as a female, I make less money in some cases because of my gender, or in my case, public speaking. Less women are on large stages. There is a sexism involved, there is a misogyny to be aware of. But the comfort of being able to go up to anyone of any tier and say, I want to talk to the manager, this is not okay, is something I was raised with, that confidence. And that might come from the factors around me of culture and race. That's what I see at play in these videos, is that same ability. The problem I see is that they didn't get the second half of it, which my friends and I got, which is the recognition that that equality applies to everybody. And that no, you're not better than somebody because they have melanin in their skin, which is just bizarre. Or, your marriage is not threatened because two people of the same gender love each other. That's on you. But that piece I was specifically taught. So when I was, I think, 12, I saw my first gay wedding, and I can't call it that because it was illegal at the time, unfortunately. But I sat there and I said to my mom, I feel really uncomfortable. This is weird for me. And she turned and gave me her complete focus and said, these are my friends and they love each other. And what you're experiencing, that discomfort, that's you. And you need to think about what it is that is, because that's your stuff. And you're not going to put that on my friends. So just be aware of that. Like, she put me on task, right? So that ability that you see, that notice that you see, what they're doing is they've got half of the superpower. And I don't know if it's the hetero, cis, white, female thing. I don't know what it is, but there's a certain ability of like, I can talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime. No. Got a problem? Top of the building? Sure. And a bunch of people I know are just like this. The stuff you see in those videos is when you use that power for ill, when you're twisted enough that you think you have the right to go yell at somebody for existing while black. But I know where it comes from. And that's why I called myself a Karen. And I wanted to call that out specifically because, like, I respect the hell out of Sonia, and she's right. And also because I had a conversation with Jasmine, who is one of the speakers that I'm working with on a panel next week in the Central Mass Conference for Women. And I was talking about this ability and this power. And when I said I was raised with that, she pulled back a little and said, that, I'm reacting to that. And I said, I can see that. I can see that, you as a Latina woman, would look at me, and when I say, I feel perfectly comfortable, I know that power, that would trigger something for you. I get that. So I wanted to come in and talk about it because public speaking is my gig. That's what I do. I coach on it. I do it professionally. And one of the things that you need to do in public speaking is, if you want to connect with people, you have to be yourself. And that stinks because most of the time we're thinking, but myself is kind of awful at this. I don't want to do that. You can do this. You can be 100% yourself. You can be 100% authentic and be doing public speaking. It's okay. It's a practiced skill. The fact that you might not feel comfortable about it is a good sign. That's your body telling you, "Hey, I think I'm in danger." That's good. That means all your systems are working. Good for you. It's a learned skill. And being super upfront about what it is that we're speaking about may be part of your job and may not. I've noticed some people are picking up this video and some people are dropping right back off. It's not for everybody, but being 100% yourself really is important. So that's the thing for today. Just wanted to talk about it and thank everybody. Please make comments. Obviously, if you make comments that I find offensive, I'm going to fight with you or block you, one of the two. Otherwise, we'll have a good chat. That's it. And yes, of course, if you want public speaking coaching, send me a DM.